You are one big nasty Come on, come with me. Come on.
It's the video everyone in Vernon's talking about.
You got a back door here somewhere? Come on. Come on, this way. Come on.
Local real estate agent Sean Clarkin had just stopped by this Dollar General store for cleaning supplies Tuesday
This is not good.
No.
when he came face to face with a black bear roaming the aisles.
I was just thinking about getting the bear out of the store. I have no idea where your back door is. He's going through the front of the store. Clear the front of the store.
So he grabbed his phone and began recording as he directed the bear away from any shoppers.
I was screaming from inside to clear the front, clear the front, clear the front.
I mean, we're in Bear County.
Christine Flores works next door.
Clear the front of the store.
She heard the yelling and ran over.
And there was one woman that was still in the aisle and looked like she was still shopping. And I had said, you know, there's a bear in here. She goes, yeah, I know, he swiped at me. And I'm like thinking, like, why are you still shopping?
Come on. Freedom, buddy, freedom. Go, rock and roll. I just walked the bear out. When I got out, the bear looked around, saw people, and decided he wanted to go back into the store. I then grabbed one of those yellow shopping carts, I put it in front of myself, and I bumped the bear to try to get the knot, and the bear resisted a little bit.
Police say a 90-year-old woman suffered minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. The state's DEP says officers first spotted the bear hours earlier, weaving in and out of traffic along Route 94. They say it was behaving erratically. Township police first used rubber bullets to scare it away, but when they caught up with him outside the store, the bear was put down and is now being tested for rabies.
My heart just sank. I got tears in my eyes. I'm tearing up now thinking about it.
You're going to have bears on your property. You have to take good care of your garbage.
Clarkin says he sees bears up this way all the time, but never quite like this. He says it's on us to adapt to wildlife.
This is their territory, okay? Go, 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 go.
All right, Shalom to the elect of Israel. I want to start by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. And this lesson is going into, this right here that was seen in New Jersey, and it's gotta be quick, because my phone battery is like 6 or 5% right now, right? But as it says, bear seen walking through New Jersey Dollar General. Sean Clarkin went to Dollar General in Vernon Township, New Jersey, for cleaning supplies when he came face to face with a black bear and helped direct it out of the store. All right. So basically, I don't gotta explain it. You just saw. All right, but what are people going to do when these type of things happen in Jacob's Trouble? People are used to seeing deers and stuff, outside of the forest, maybe like within town late at night when ain't nobody outside. People are used to seeing that. But what are you going to do when you see stuff like this? Imagine a lion walking down the street and, imagine a lion walking down a public road or something. How the hell do a lion get out there, And the scriptures talk about these things. This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall oft be sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places. See? And the wild beasts shall change their places. Right? You're gonna have animals, that's gonna come out of, basically the places that they're at, where they live at, dwell at and everything, and they're gonna be roaming amongst the people. You see, when all hell breaks loose, and especially these zoos, these enclosures, right? Zoo enclosures, they're gonna be, animals gonna be let loose, man. And people ain't ready for that. People normally think about societal collapse. They normally think about, survival, towns being broken down, a lot of, they think about famine, people, fighting one another, trying to survive, but they don't ever think about animals. The Lord's going to use these animals to put a hurting on these people, literally, a literal hurting to the point where they, perish. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, and verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. See, and with the beasts of the earth, man. Okay? The beasts of the earth. The animals are going to be used. You know, imagine when people see that. Imagine when people see that out here. You know? Because, I mean, you got wild animals, man. You know? You got wild animals. You know, you got people, you know, you got the city, but then sometimes the animals venture out into the city. And when all hell breaks loose, why do you think, you know, because you got these zoos and everything, why do you think people would want to see, or why do you think the people that keep the zoos would still be trying to, you know, do their job and maintaining the animals? No, they're going to be trying to survive for themselves. So what is that going to leave it? That's going to leave these animals to roam around. You know, the zoo's got all types of animals. Bears, lions, gorillas. Imagine that, man. You know? And people were scared seeing that. And another scripture that came to mind was this. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went to the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. See? And this is saying how basically in Jacob's trouble, there's not going to be no escape for these people. They're going to be running away from one danger into another danger, you know? And it could actually happen to where, you know, with these animals out here, you know, you could be running from a lion and run into a bear, and then run away from a bear, go into a wall, and then a snake bites you. You know, that the Lord could literally have something go down like that. You see? These animals are going to be used, man, when all hell breaks loose. Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, they're not going to touch the elect, though. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. At destruction of famine thou shalt laugh. The elect is going to be laughing at the punishments that's going to be happening to people out here, you know. It says, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. So the animals are not going to hurt the elect, you know. And hey, because even when we out there venturing and everything like that, right? You know, because some brothers are going to have to be pilgrims. Scriptures talk about that. Let me get that. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And a pilgrim is someone who wanders around. You see? So, you know, a pilgrim, man. So brothers, some brothers are gonna have to, you know, the Lord's gonna have some brothers, you know, moving around, you know, and you might have to be out in the woods. See? But ultimately we know that the Lord is going to be with brothers, and he's not going to have these animals hurt the elect. Okay? You know, you might get in contact with an animal, you might see an animal, if you're, you know, but it won't hurt you, you know, if you're of the elect. You see? And think about it, people have these pit bulls and these vicious dogs out here, these big dogs, even little dogs, man. This thing is going to go down, man, when all hell breaks loose. It's going to go down. You know, people get mauled to death by stuff now. You have monkeys out here, and the thing is, sometimes you know, when you really just think about these situations, you know, it shows you that all hell's Jacob's trouble ain't gonna be something easy. It's not gonna be something light. It's gonna be heavy. Just think about it. Dogs running packs. You know, once again, these zoo enclosures are gonna open. Monkeys and stuff. Monkeys be running in packs too. Some animal enclosures got wolves. You know. And the Lord going to use these animals on the wicked of our people, man. Okay? You know? The Lord going to put the spirit on these animals to come deal with these people. And even speaking about monkeys and stuff, man, they rip your face off. You know, they grab hold of that flesh and tear it. Monkeys are strong, man. All right. But as for the elect, though, is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 33. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. See? Those that listen to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai before the calamity comes, right? They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good, man. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So it's all about turning to the Lord before the chaos comes, before the society collapses, before the men of the Lord are taken off the street. Okay, so that's basically it on that. All right, but in the Dollar General, out of all places, it says the bear was weaving in and out of traffic. Beautiful bear. The bear didn't look particularly aggressive. Fortunately for the guy in the video. Yeah, okay. Let that bear had because bears sometimes like to fake you out. All right, but look, it's going to just think about what can happen in Jacob's trouble when animals get loose. Go after little babies and infants and kids and stuff. It's going to be something, man. It's really going to be something out here. Okay? So, that's it on that. Lord, when this lesson was edifying, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, every well, peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom to the elect.